Hey there everyone, Hitesh here and welcome to another Saturday Live. And I try to go live every single Saturday. I've been missing this for a couple of weeks now, 2 weeks actually. Probably more, or 2 weeks actually. But finally, we're back with the Saturday Live. I've been busy with recording some courses, some more stuff is about to come up. So it's been a little bit busy, but yes, finally we are back and we're going to have a lot of chit chat up here. So hey Dharamjeet, how are you? How's it going on for you? And Muthu is here as well. Rishi is also here. Let me first go ahead inside my YouTube studio and enable the slow mode so that at least we can see all you guys and the comments that you make, questions that you ask, and all the other details. And again, seems like my laptop is making a lot of fan noise. Hope it's not reaching to you much, but it really seems like that I need to buy a new MacBook now. Hopefully, soon they will be available on the stores and everyone. I probably need to buy soon. Okay, so a lot of people are here. So hey Tayab, how are you? How's it going on? I'm good. And we have Shubham. Hey Shubham, how are you? And Keshav is also here. Hi Keshav, how are you? Hope you're doing good. And let me just enable the slow mode and the stuff. So just for a few seconds and I'll enable that. Okay, so slow mode for 60-second is enabled. And now YouTube also gives me option of anyone can participate in the mode, only subscriber or only members, but I'll keep it open for anybody. Anybody can move on and ask question whatever they like. And let's go back onto the comment section. Here we go. I should also pop out my chat screen. There we go. So that I can see who is making the super chats and stuff. Okay, so we are back on this and a lot of highs and hello are going on. So hey, how are you? Hope you are going good. Hope all of you are doing absolutely good and fantastic. Can I make this screen smaller? Okay. A video on Ethereum blockchain. No, I'm not that much interested yet onto Ethereum or blockchain. It's hot. Ethereum or the blockchain or anything like that. So we'll be doing much more on that later on. Interesting one. Any thoughts on the metaverse? Metaverse is really interesting, and the only guy who can pull it off is Mark Zuckerberg. Nobody else can pull this off. He's the only meanest dude who can pull this nightmare off, and he is going to do it. It is already here. I have seen a lot of development, a lot of team are talking about it, and it's all here. And it's going to evolve a lot. Like, it's going to insanely change how we socialize. Like, Mark Zuckerberg is on a mission of socializing, and to be honest, he has done a pretty good job in that. Now I feel more connected when I'm on to his services like Instagram, WhatsApp. To be honest, you might hate Facebook, but one or the other service we all use, and he's doing a pretty fantastic job in that. So he's gonna do it. Okay, video on data science. What do you want to know specifically in the data science? So it's going to be there. In section 3 Swagger UI, I learned a lot, like one section full of Swagger course. Yeah, that is actually a Swagger course in itself. It was initially thought out to be a separate standalone course, but then I thought, let's not do a separate course on Swagger, rather make it an integral part of the Pro Backend Developer course. So that's why you feel like it's a full dedicated. It was supposed to be a course in itself, but then I thought, let's make it a part. Okay, so Vishwas says, are you providing internship for final year students at your organization? Not internship, but rather contract-based position. In case you want to check that out, we didn't had a good experience multiple times with the internship. Internship is not meant to learn like from the scratch. You should know something. You should be on ground 1 or ground 2 so that you can participate in the code itself. It's not about, obviously I'm not going to give you too much sensitive of the code, but I'll give you the basics of it and you should be able to do it. And people say, hey, teach me in the internship. That's not internship, that is training. And people have this wrong notion and cannot actually differentiate between all of that. Your thought on YouTube removing dislike button? I have thoughts, a lot of thoughts, and in fact I will construct these thoughts into a video itself and probably will roll it out. It was supposed to come out today, but then I got busy with some meetings and stuff. So hopefully very soon I'll do it. How to do crypto mining? No, I'm not in a favor of crypto mining. Neither I like it much. It's really, really harmful for the environment, of course, but yeah. There is an interesting question. What would you will be do if you belong from a tier 3 college? I do belong from there. But yeah, eventually it's not a barrier itself. It's just a thing that you can proceed and you can do a lot more better. And being from tier 3 college, I have taught to IIT Bombay, IIT Guwahati, IIT Kanpur, like a whole lot of NITs. NITs I don't even count that much. So a lot is going in there. So it's not a barrier that you are from a college or anything. World is living on the internet right now. You can learn anything that you want. You just have to spend a little bit tiny amount of fraction of money and you can learn whatever you like. So yeah. Okay, so Yashwat says, how do you learn new technologies and what resource you follow to get deep into it? Mostly documentation, but at this point, I feel like my previous experience helped me a lot. Let's just say the way how I was writing the APIs and the backend and the PHP, it's almost similar in Node.js. It is almost similar in Django. So overall, these experience count a lot. And of course, now I have read enough of documentation that I know how to dig in and how to find the meaningful stuff from the documentation. So that helps me a lot. And that is the specialty. Like that's my job. Some people are good in singing, some people are good in teaching. I'm good in teaching and digging up into the documentation. That's what I do. So I'm eventually getting better on that. Okay, so your thoughts on React.js and Next.js. I've already mentioned this earlier in probably one of the video, or probably in one of the live, that React.js is one of the best thing that happened to JavaScript, and Next.js is one of the best thing that happened to React.js. But with this, I would still like to put a fact that people should not hurry to jump into the Next.js. The quicker you're going to jump into the Next.js, the more you're going to struggle. Learn about the basics of React.js, like fully. You should understand it thoroughly, how everything is going in, hooks and everything. And after that, also learn about the state management, whatever is your favorite state management, whatever that is. Redux or whatever you're using in place of that. Go ahead and explore that further. And after that, the step should be to move into Next.js. Okay, Kratos says, tomorrow is my Amazon SD1 interview. Any suggestion? I'm already in a company from 5 months. I think you're all ready and all set to just jump in. Just be yourself, smile a little, and make sure you speak a lot while answering the question. That is the key point here. It's winters here, and iced tea is being replaced, by the way, with the hot tea. I actually poured a little bit more tea in this one. That's why it's looking so dark. Tasting a bit strong too. Any future growth in .NET 6? I guess a lot, because now the project is much more different than what it used to be. And a lot of my friends are now started to talk about it. I'm not into the .NET ecosystem or the environment, so that's why I have not much of the idea, but yeah. Does Golang has something similar to ESLint? I don't know, honestly. I have never given a try to ESLinting-ish into Golang. I haven't built like environment which I have created. I've worked on environment which is in the production and I have built APIs and everything. But I haven't actually created my own environment at that scale in the Golang yet. I have worked on the environment which people had already built and I was getting onto the project after a bit of time. Any plans on Spring Boot course? In case you seems like you are new on this channel, let me introduce you. I never ever reveal any information about upcoming courses. Never ever. It never happens. I'm kind of a guy who usually prefer that do first and then let the work talk. I don't make any overhype. I don't bring in any revolution. I just bring in basic courses which are absolutely ordinary. I am an ordinary guy. I bring courses for ordinary people. That's what I do. I don't do any hype or any kind of that stuff. So just keep in mind, I will never reveal any information about what's coming up. once and until it's done. Once it's done, then I roll out that, hey, this is all I have done. Like it or not, it's up to you. So this is how I do. So regarding the course on Spring Boot, .NET, PHP, whatever you're asking, yeah, that's the same answer for all of that. Thoughts about UI UX designing, any video on it? I don't have expertise in UI UX. I do have a bit of experience with the designing part of it, but UX, no, I don't have any experience on that. In fact, we do have a couple of guys hired for us. They work for us, some contract base, for some job base, who help us in that. I'm recently designing my own. I have changed the how I used to design my YouTube thumbnails. So that is looking a little bit better now. And I think learning more about the designing helps me to understand what looks good, what looks bad. So at least that is what we are doing. Okay, so let's pick up more of the questions. How to find API, as it is difficult, sometimes difficult to find. What kind of API are you looking for? If you can be more specific, maybe I can help. Are you looking for the API for dummy practices, or you are looking for some specific APIs like YouTube or something? Because not everybody actually roll out their APIs for public use. Okay, Sahu says, I learned React and learned with your courses and currently working as a full stack developer intern. Do I need to take the pro backend developer course? Yes, I would highly recommend everybody to take this pro backend course. Even if you have taken my other courses like mern and stuff and you are feeling pretty much confident, like, yeah, I know mern has given a lot of confidence to a lot of people and you are pretty happy with that course, but still I would say that go for this pro backend developer course. You will realize that how much further I can take you where you are standing already. And of course, the course is like pretty dirt cheap. You cannot find a course on this price anywhere with this much of detail, of course. So I highly recommend to take this. Within like completing 3 to 4 sections, you're going to realize that, this is something onto a next level. And definitely not over promising and nothing promised on the future basis. It's all here. You can check it out. Did you watch Eternals? No, didn't got time for Eternals. Hi sir, tell me how to learn constantly in a day. No, you don't learn constantly. Like constant learning doesn't really happen. You need to plan your breaks. You need to plan your like checkpoints, like, okay, this much of what I'll learn and then I'll have a quick break. Probably I'll go outside a little bit and something. The more breaks you're going to take, the more focused learning you'll be able to do. Like take 4 or 5 breaks in a day and you'll absolutely love it. And sorry, I'm turning on my air conditioner. It's getting really hot here, so. Okay. Thoughts on serverless computing? It is fascinating. It is so good. Like I am getting more in depth about the serverless these days due to one of the projects we are working on. And like this is so fast and the pricing is so ridiculously low. One of the complaints about the cloud that I have personally is how expensive the cloud is. Like you talk about Azure, AWS, it is expensive. Once you move out of the free tier and all these things, then it becomes really expensive. Not serverless. Serverless still remains dirt cheap. Like I think this is a byproduct of the cloud itself, and I'm absolutely loving it. Pratik says, "Are you an Indian? Do I need to show my passport or something?" Like what made you think that I'm not Indian? I have a proper Indian color tone. I do speak proper Marwadi, and like what more? Like what gave you hints that I'm not? The way I speak, probably, but we do have like hundreds and thousands and more dialects in the entirety of the country. So that's that. Okay, so there's a nice one here. Legend says Elon Musk and Sundar Pichai will also get SD2 offer from Amazon. This is something going on crazy. Like every day or every week, let's just say, somebody's receiving like at least 2 emails about, hey, we are having SD2 opening with the Amazon, not from any other company, just from Amazon. And to my surprise, some of them are actually officially from Amazon emails, like official Amazon. Like how that works, I don't know. And some people are I don't know how that is working. I have no thoughts further than this. Like, should I be happy that, hey, I got SD2 offer from Amazon worth rupees XYZ lakhs? Like, I don't know. Should I be happy? Or should I be worried that how come official Amazon guys are reaching me out and thousands of other people? Like, I don't know how to digest this information, how to process this information. I have no idea about this one. Uh, are there plenty of Django jobs in India? I would say, yeah, there are plenty. In fact, there are a lot of freelancing opportunities as well. Node, compare, if I had to compare like Node to Django for freelancing opportunities, I would say uh, Django is much more in demand. Sorry, I have just rolled out a pro backend course, but this is the reality. Django is a little bit more in demand because it's considered a lot of time as an alternative for WordPress also. Yes says, no, nothing for Marwari today. But yeah, I can speak fluently that. That's actually first language that we speak up here. So Hindi is my second language and English is as third language. Okay, Bad Badshai Training says, I want to know about your gray t-shirt story. Do you guys really want to know about the gray t-shirt story? It's often being compared with Mark Zuckerberg and all these, but I do have my own story behind it about why I wear the same color t-shirt. It's not about the gray. You can give me any color and I'll buy the same type of t-shirts of that. I do have my personal story behind that, and I'll share it probably when we are going to hit probably a million. Let's just say when we hit 1 million on YouTube, I'll share that story. So let's see when we are going to hit that. Hopefully in a couple of years, but I'm not in a hurry. Okay, here is an interesting one. How is YouTube channel effective for getting a job? I would say zero. In most of the companies which are product based, they consider YouTube as your hobby and not something to present your skills or anything. Like nothing like that. So I think it contributes absolutely zero. But probably with teaching, you get a little bit more of explainable abilities to explain the problem more easily. So that surely helps. But apart from that, if you're thinking I'll have a channel with a 1 million subscriber, it will help me to get a job. No, it doesn't. It doesn't help any at all. In fact, in the Google and everything, when I gave the interview of that, they approached me and everything. So they said, no, YouTube is not going to help you. You have to go through with interviews and all this process. So I went with those process. But luckily, I did ask them earlier that this is my ventures and all of that. So they said, hey, no, you cannot be this much of an entrepreneur. You might have to leave all of that. So I didn't bother them much after that. Okay. Mohit says, share it now. No, I won't be sharing it now. Let's have something for that to share. Let's have 1 million at least to share that story. And then I'll say that, yeah. Or probably I'll make a video how I got 1 million subscriber with just one t-shirt. Okay, another question. Okay. Hey Tesh, can I follow your pro backend dev course with Spring Boot and Angular? Is there any part of the course which is only possible with the stack you choose? No. First, you cannot choose Angular because there is nothing on the front end that we are discussing. We are discussing everything in the backend itself. And probably, yes, you can follow this course with the Spring Boot as well because the core concepts are pretty much the same everywhere. But our team will not be able to help you if you are stuck any place because obviously we have limitations there as well. But I think these concepts can be applied anywhere because I have talked a lot in the presentation section that how to generalize the concept of authentication and authorization and what to take care while building the APIs, what goes wrong in the production. I think you can follow up with your experience, but don't expect any Angular in that because I haven't gone through with any React or anything. It's pure, truly a backend, just backend we are talking there. Okay, so another one of the super chat. And it says, hi sir, please make a video on Django signals, slurry, and channels. I attended an interview and they asked me about the topics. I was rejected because I told them I don't know about these topics. I will surely go for signals and the channels. Slurry, I have to dig up a little bit more. I haven't used it much, so I'll probably try to include that in whenever the upcoming course is going to come up on the Django itself. And yes, these are important topics if your organization is working on some machine learning models that are being cooked up and being served up with the Django. So these topics are being asked. They are common. Like not common from the student's perspective, but they're common in the usability perspective. Okay, so sir, I have recently started internship, but they directly handed us the code even without the KT. I have done extremely good, but the pressure is getting, should I continue or not, as I'm not getting paid enough. You are on an internship. Internship is meant to learn and to handle these kinds of pressure. If you're looking for that I'm not getting paid enough, or you're working just totally for money purposes, which is fine totally, then you should be looking for a job, not for internship. If you're expecting internship, like I could be wrong, 100% wrong, but I personally think internship as upgrading my learning experience and diving in a water which I know how much deep it could be, and somebody will save me if I'll drown. So that is what internship is all about. If you're thinking about the money wise and money perspective, you shouldn't be doing internship on the first place. I'm not saying money is bad. You should make money. But if you think that, yeah, I'm pretty good in it, I shouldn't be doing internship, why did you apply for internship on the first place? And this is exactly the problem right now internship ecosystem is facing, that either people doesn't know anything, or people know so much that they shouldn't be doing internship. They should be rather doing the job itself. So people have no idea that how to evaluate ourselves, that we are ready for internship or we are ready for job. That is one of the thing that is going on, and how you can find it out by discussing like this, these videos and all of that. Okay, so Abhijit says, skincare tips, please. What should I give to you? I even got the pimple right here. You can see that. Yeah, this was a big one. So what skincare I should give to you? I get them all the time. Okay, Sagar says, hello Tesh, need to start with front end. Could you please suggest me the starting point from your LCO library? Yesterday or day before yesterday, I have created a fresh bundle. You can find that on courses.learncodeonline/learn page, homepage only. It says Pro Front-End Developer with React. It includes all the courses in the exact order that you should be taking up. So I think that is going to help you to become a front-end developer, right from the basic HTML and everything. So that is one of the good learning path. Okay, can we pursue freelancing as a career? I guess there is no harm in it. You can. It's a little bit shaky of an environment, but yeah, you can pursue that, and it's a good money, no problem at all. Shivam says, I was searching about role-based. Yeah, we have covered in depth about the role-based, but I think this role-based thing will get more clear if you are a little bit friendly with the JavaScript. But in case you are looking up for just, I would say that, hey, take this course and watch it into 2x, just entirely on the JS and everything. And once you are done with the entirety of the 2x speed, then fire up your Spring Boot and try to replicate what I'm trying to do in the Spring. That is going to help you a lot. Okay, so how to get 2 lakh salary as a software engineer? 2 lakh salary per month is a little bit difficult, let me be honest to you. A lot of people say I get 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs. If they would be getting that much in hand, they would never be leaving that job. That is the fact. A lot of time you get the salary as worth the perks, worth the insurance, worth the RSUs, the stock units and all of that. So it's not like what you see if somebody is saying, hey, I got a job of 60 lakh. A whole lot of salary is coming in as in worth. Just like somebody says, hey, you have participated, you have won, you got a prize worth rupees 2 lakh, and you find out at the end of the day that I'm getting 5,000 rupees in hand and rest is all just credits and coupons. It is kind of almost same. If the salaries would be that much good, people wouldn't be doing their own work and own entrepreneurs and companies and all of that. The reason why people leave these big high paying jobs, because they have explored an opportunity where they can earn a bit more than what the company is paying for you. This is reality, and there is nothing wrong in that. This is the truth. This is the reality, how it happens. Ah, what a name here. A deadly programmer asks me a deadly question. What is your aim, bro? My aim is to finish this Saturday live, go back to my work, get up tomorrow, hit the gym, and then just do more work. And I haven't thought anything after that. Surely there are definitely long-term goals and plans and all of that going in my mind, but a whole lot of them actually fails. only a handful of them get success. So like we have been working on a project since like March itself. Yeah, last March. And the project was supposed to launch 1 month before the Diwali. Then we thought just after the Diwali we are going to roll out, and it's still nowhere near that we should be launching it. So I already failed multiple times up here. So I don't know what is my aim. Definitely to serve the community and to put a mark in the community that yes, I'm doing something and it's there. Do something which is respectful in the community itself and all of that. Yeah. There is an interesting one. Why LCO is not turning into big IT giants? Any plan of expanding? I have been approached by a couple of VCs and sometimes some through VC, like somebody in between for the VC. And they've asked me that, hey, Hitesh, I can help you to expand LCO into different scale. We can go all big. But the problem with that venture is I won't be able to offer these courses at this price anymore. Like forget about anything beyond 1,000 rupees. Like even 1,000 rupees would be a big no from the VCs, because they have asked me that if we come on board on the Learn Code Online, definitely we'll expand that. You will have more brilliant teachers to teach. We will hire that. And probably I'll get some teachers who are equal potential and equally enthusiastic as me, but we won't be able to offer these courses at this prices. The prices are going to go skyrocket at even 10,000 or 12,000 per course itself, because then the branding is going to be involved. Then we need to hire somebody like a big celebrity like Shah Rukh Khan, or not Shah Rukh Khan probably, but somebody, a celebrity to all of that, and a whole bunch of other things. So marketing cost is going to involve, sales team is going to get involved, and a whole lot of things. So after that, uh, it's going to be like that. So I don't want to go into the phase where I'm charging like 20,000, 30,000, 80,000 for a course. The goal is not to go there. I can go there. We have like revenue going in. So any day I can walk into the VCs and they'll be happily giving me uh, amount of money that I ask, X amount of money. But it's not going to make that much impact. For me, it makes me really happy when I see that a guy whose father runs an auto rickshaw, sells vegetable, he's able to afford my courses at 299, 399, 599. He says we sell vegetables to a single client way more than what you're charging for your courses. I was able to learn from it. Like there's this guy, I don't want to take any name, but his dad used to pull rickshaw. That's it. That's all his job was. His dad was. He took my course, spent like probably less than 1,000 rupees, and now he is at a job where he's earning 45,000 rupees. He took his family from the slum where they were living, and now they have moved into a respectable society. Like, where will I get that much amount of impact? Probably this is what gives me more sense and more pleasure of doing the things, rather than taking investors and going big. I think I'm making impact on the small amount of community right now, not too much advertisement and all of that. But it's worth it. I'm sleeping better than with that. Yeah. Okay. There is an interesting question. Is baiju a scam? No, it's not a scam. Like, people have watched so much of the scam series that they label anything as a scam. No, it's not a scam. It's a good company, to be honest. The company is good. The marketing division is led by the wrong people, and probably they are having too much of pressure to make back to back money. That is why their practices are becoming a little bit questionable, and their content never goes out in public. That what kind of quality are you dealing it? So it's not a scam. It's a good company, to be honest. It has a lot of potential. It's one of the biggest thing in the India. It has so much of the good things to do, but it is led by the marketing division, by some of the people who are too much aggressive and greedy, to be honest. Okay, Mohit says, you are becoming underdog day by day, maybe due to some young, unexperienced people on social distracting students' fancy title. You are genuine and real about everything. Thank you. I would say thank you. And I have seen many people come and go on this platform in this entirety of the venture of teaching. I'm pretty sure that probably hundreds and thousands will come, a few hundred will stay. I'm I'm not here to just for a few days. I'm here since a decade, and I will be here for the next couple of decades too. So no matter what new people come in, you're most welcome to join on the YouTube. It's an open platform. But the way I'm known for is delivering the top-notch quality and setting up a benchmark that they are trying to achieve now, that yeah, we should deliver like that. I've seen a whole lot of chats coming to me that we want to deliver with your quality, with your audio, with your all the stuff. So yeah. There's a super chat by Deepak. He says, path for Python full stack developer. I will create a bundle for that as well as soon as this live is over. And you can reach me out on Instagram for suggestion like, hey, create a bundle or a path for this one. I would do that. There's this interesting chat. Why don't you never show your biceps? You're working out a lot. Yes, I'm working out a lot and they are growing decently. I'm happy with that. That's all you should know about that. Next.js in 7 minutes. The only good content about these minutes is just the 100-second done by the Fireship.io. It has so much good of a fun stuff in C 100-second and that 100-second and all that. Sachin says, talk about gym and the six-pack developing. I don't have six packs, to be honest. I'm a bit on the bulky side because if you want to stay happy, you need to have a bit amount of fat onto your body. Like if you'll shred all the fat, you'll get frustrated because your body will see that I'm deprecating a little bit. So having a bit amount of fat is also equally healthy. Right now, people all want to get shred and abs and all of that. Size also matters a little bit. So you need to have a little bit of the bulk and all of that. So no, I'm not that shredded, but I'll lose probably a couple of more kgs, but not more than that. I'm happy with my physique. Absolutely enjoying that every single day and have a lot of good strength. I'm enjoying it. Bhumit says, so when is Fireship coming live with you? I haven't approached him yet, to be honest. I will do that very soon. I would love to have him on board. A great respect and a big shout out to you, Guy. Really awesome content that you're delivering and the way how you edit your videos and everything. You are setting up definitely a benchmark on the quality content. So a big shout out to you. Big shout out to Fireship. Yes says, missed my super chat. Sometimes chat, like I have noticed this pattern that anything below 100 rupees, it doesn't get hang up so that I can see it, and others are actually just goes like that. So YouTube, you should stop doing that. You should put every single super chat up there on the top, not just like kind of a discrimination with people sending under 100 rupees. I don't want that. Probably I can write a script that every single super chat comes up there, or probably a add-on for the Chrome. Yeah, that's a nice idea. We can do that. How you handle mood swing? Workout. Usually I don't get that much of the mood swings or the bad mood, to be honest. Touch wood. The thing is that when you're working out, you're exercising, your mind remains absolutely fresh and all these things. So yeah, that's how you should be doing it. Work out a little bit and you'll be able to handle that nice. Okay, it seems like you are getting ready for something by going to gym. Yes, I'm getting ready to travel again. See, the point is when you actually travel, then it is very important that you stay fit, because in the outside country, sometimes you don't get like any transportation for a couple of kilometers and you have to carry your bag and go in. And that is very, very important. So I like to stay fit so that I can enjoy more of the beauty. Abhishek says, are you having a beer? If you think this is a beer, that's okay, that's fine. I don't think there is anything wrong in that. And cheers, in case you want that. It's still hot. Okay, your view on Web 3.0 roadmap for learning. You don't get a roadmap for learning for everything. Web 3 is right now so much new that instead of saying roadmap of learning, we should be having a discussion about what it is actually, what more thing it is bringing up. Can we make it like as friendly as what the web is right now? These should be the question right now. Don't expect everything for a roadmap. Like you're asking everything like, give me a spoon feed information for that. No, this is not how it works. This is not. Sir, I have 5 years gap in career. Can I still apply for job if I have the skills but not experience? 100% you can, but let's get a little bit real on top of that. 5 years definitely is a big gap. You will be asked a lot that why you got this gap, and you need to come up very honestly with that. Whatever the reason can be, it can be personal, whatever that is. You need to open up that yeah, I was doing this and this didn't work out for me. Everybody appreciate the honesty there. So go ahead and introduce that. On top of that, don't be in a hurry for applying, at least as of now. Spend probably 2 or 3 months getting back in familiarity with the concepts and build some stuff a little bit more complex. Just one project, but a little bit more complex, and then go for it. So this is how the plan should be. And be prepared. People will be asking you, why 5-year gaps? You should be honest there. Okay. What methodology one should use for encrypting the PDF files, which can be downloaded and accessed offline from an Android app? Loving your pro backend course. I cannot discuss much about it as of now because we also use some of the encryption technologies and some of the filterings and breakage of the files and everything. I will, in case you want to know more about how to encrypt the videos and all that, because I love videos, I read a lot about, I'm subscribed to the Netflix blog. Like, what should I say more? But it's not really that complex. One of the easiest way that you can do is you can put an encryption onto the PDF. Basic encryption would be fine. And in that whenever somebody needs to open a file, they needs to ping the server and the key will go back. And once the key is being authenticated or verified, then he can open up. So this is like the basic mechanism, but I need to go into the code to actually explain you that how it works. And I think I can do it with the video itself. I can probably hopefully in few video courses, like few videos, I can explain that how the encryption of the videos are done in the Hotstar and the Netflix, and we also do it. This is not just encryption, this is also breakage of the videos. So you break the videos in a lot of chunks, then you stream them up, and the format is not MP4 then, it's the streamable videos that you see, HLS and all of that, HLS video streaming and all of that. This is how we do it, and this is how it is being used. Okay. Shivam says, I'm about to start an application development. It requires role-based access control. It's a mean application. Any thought or resource you can suggest? I can suggest you my course, of course. I think even if you watch my course with a 2x access, I have discussed the role-based access there. I have taught how to make users, admin, and manager. And during that process, I told that how you can design more roles further with the same code, same piece of code that I have given that. But fortunately or unfortunately, that code is in JavaScript. So feel free to use that in case that helps you. But yeah, I think you should dig in the course, watch it in the 2x, and you will be able to do that in Spring Boot. So I think that course is not in the Spring. That's the only drawback here. Or you can say drawback. How do I learn unit testing with Golang? I have zero idea on that. To be honest, I have zero idea on that. Haven't done any unit testing with the Golang that where I was working. Rohan Das is a friend of Harry. Now, who we are talking about, I have no context of it. Zero idea. I'm not that much like familiar with what's all happening on the YouTube. I don't even scroll that much of YouTube, to be honest. I get limited amount of time in that I watch a couple of food videos, and in case you want to go offend on that, you can. But let me tell you one of the stuff that you are going to enjoy. There is a nice YouTube channel that is pretty good. The channel name is two of the channel actually. The one is Street Food PK. It shows you about the Pakistani food and all of that. And another one is RHS. I don't remember the exact name. It's Hamza or something. Sorry, I don't remember that. But they are absolutely good of a channel to explore that how the food is there in the other side of the border. So good. And another food channel that I watch is Guga Foods. Love that guy. So these are the few of the food channels that I watch, their presentation and everything. In case you want to give it a try on YouTube, they're pretty good. Okay, moving back. Okay, want to learn web, but the most scary part for me is CSS. What should I try? Still fear, doesn't do mobile over a year. over the year Flutter Jetpack. You should actually learn a little bit of the some of the library of the CSS, like Material, Bootstrap. Once you will understand those, your fear of the CSS is gonna go away. The idea behind the Bootstrap is not to use like Bootstrap as it is, but to learn how I can modify the existing Bootstrap, which gives me majority of the stuff, and I can add my flavor to make it look not bootstrappy. And that's what I do in my courses as well. Okay, so another super chat by Pradeep. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just the super chat, no question here. Okay. Oh, my chat screen got froze. Now it's working. There's another super chat by Praveen. Thank you so much. Okay, Voice Kaushik says, is mern stack course outdated? Please take my question. No, it is not outdated. Definitely not. It is very recent of a course. Surely a couple of libraries has updated, but they are not making any impact on the code that we have written in that. So no, it's not outdated. It's like it's almost like Apple has launched a MacBook and the M1 was already doing good, but they rolled out on top of that M1 Max and all these chips. So I could do better. So I don't want to hold myself back just because I've just recently rolled out a course. I want to give as much as I can. So that's why I didn't hold back in the pro backend course. Love from Pakistan, big fan. Hey, thank you so much. Okay. Sir, I just bought your React course a few days ago and I'm literally loving it. I was just solving my bugs in the assignment section. Hey, that's nice. You're solving your own bugs. I think this is one of the best thing you can do. Stay there and don't worry. Our team is there. We can help you. Even code sandboxes are there. But I think you should spend more time. Even if it takes 2 days, go ahead, solve it on your own. That's the best thing you can do. There is interesting one. Any plan on making videos on the Angular course? I've already done a really in-depth course in Angular, which is still updated. Absolutely, line by line, everything working fine, updated. So yeah. Shang-Chi is amazing. Give it a try. I saw the trailer of Shang-Chi. I enjoyed that. Is it available on Netflix, or somebody can notify me? Is it in the still in theaters, or can I watch it somewhere on Hotstar, Netflix, somewhere? Like I would really want to watch that movie. I'm not yet ready to go to theaters. It consumes a lot of time. So whenever it's back on some digital media, I'll probably watch there. Okay. Which Django course you prefer to take from LCO? There is only one Django course on LCO. The previous one was having just like, what, 4 or 5 videos? 7 videos maybe? This, you'll automatically find that. Oh, it's available on Hotstar? Then I'll watch Shang-Chi. I'll watch it probably today. Which MacBook Pro is best for long run, M1 Pro or M1 Max? Please give me suggestion. I'll create a video on that. This is something which I should be creating videos for that. What is Redux? Redux is a state management library. Let me try to explain this if I can do it in the short. Okay, so listen out very carefully for those who know about Redux or those who don't know about Redux. You're about to get a really good and exciting explanation that you can use in your interviews as well. So imagine this. It goes like this. You have a name of a user being displayed in the footer, in the navigation bar, and in the cards of a website as well. So on the 3 places, we are having the name of the user being displayed. Now, for some reason, user went on to navigation bar and he changed his name. So this is where he changed his name, but the card and the footer are not getting the information that he changed his name. We need to reload the entire application, and we don't know where the name is or what the name actually is. So here he named him something X, here it is Y, here it is Z. How your entire application can know that what is the actual truth, what the data should be there. And that's why we use state management library, Redux, or plenty of others as well. The whole idea behind these library is to have a single source of the data from where all the components are actually picking up the data. So it's much more easier to have a single source of truth. So use this example next time whenever you see that what is Redux or any state management library. to have consistency in your application, to have a single source of data that everybody can pick data from. Okay, another one. If I have to pick a project between Java or Golang, what should I take? Purpose, I need to have enough options after 2 to 3 years to switch. I would say if you want that enough option to switch after some time, then going with the Java makes sense for you in this case especially. But I would say that if you want to go something like which is latest, cutting edge, and is going to give you a lot of opportunities in companies like Hotstar, Coursera, whole bunch of other things, then go for Golang. This is uprising, and Java is almost like a safe bet. You will obviously crack a few jobs pretty easily. But if you want to crack something which is doing some innovation, you will have fun a lot of in that product company and all of that. So go with the Golang in that case. Another super chat. It says, Sir, I'm engineering dropout, 21-year-old, but good at web development, React and Node. Can I good job at product-based company or any other company? At this point, any YouTuber will come up and say, yes, you can. Degree doesn't matter. But let me tell you, degree doesn't matter if you have extraordinary skill. This is the complete line. Okay, always remember this. Degree doesn't matter if you have extraordinary skill. Because the thing that you're talking about, React and Node, there will be probably thousands of other engineers who have done their engineering and are also good in React and Node. So what extra you are bringing on the table once you said that I'm dropout? That means I had a lot of time compared to those other engineers who worked on some of the outdated subject. So why should somebody should choose you? That is the question that you need to answer. And if you bring that much of experience or skills on the table, then of course anybody would say that, yeah, degrees doesn't matter because you are providing an extraordinary skill sets or a combination of skill sets. Okay, Ravi Kumawat, IIT Madras. That's nice name and a nice introduction too. Laptop recommendation for machine learning. Any laptop is fine. You don't need too much of a high end because anything above, I would say 70,000-80,000 should be good enough for you. Because most of the machine learning and stuff you do mostly in the cloud itself these days in Azure or AWS or even Google products. So you don't need high end of a laptop on your local system itself. Thank you, Sakshi, for the super chat. Okay, so let's pick up more questions. Is this live will be available later? Of course it will be. I don't delete any of the live or anything like that. Interesting one. Did you ever crash a testing server of a firm in initial days? My own. Not in the initial days. Even after learning quite a while, like couple of years after learning, I even crashed my own server. But luckily the website was not that big at that time. But yeah, I did crash. Like it was a very, very silly thing to do, but I did it. I thought I was doing it in the local and somehow I was connected. Like it was a nightmare. But yeah, I did that. I have my fair share of these experiences as well. Okay, started with Kotlin Android development at TCS. This is my second project. How should I approach this going forward? Any advice? You're already in a good company. Do work really hard because I also hold a bit of share of them. So if the company is going to grow, I'll also grow. Jokes aside, you're already on to a second project. I think your seniors can give you more advice because these kinds of advice are related to what you'll be building, how much complex is it going to be. And I think if this is your second project, if I would be at your position, I would be thinking more about writing more optimized code as much as possible and thinking about writing clean code. And by the term clean code, I mean to say more readable code. A lot of time people use the shortening of the logic that, hey, I'm super smart, see this shortening of the logic. I wouldn't do that, to be honest, in my second project. I would be focusing more on writing the code which is more verbose so that anybody can see the code and understand what's going inside it, what logic. A little bit of the hint comments that, hey, this is what the code is doing. That would be my approach if this would be my second project at TCS. Like, yeah, you already know the basics of handling the APIs and all of that in the Android. So it shouldn't be a big deal that much. But yeah, that would be my goal, to write as much as clean possible code, not smart code. What people say that do this so smartly that you do it in just one line, 10 lines of code, shrink in just one line. No, I'm not a fan of that. I prefer that code should be more readable, understandable. Yeah. Okay, tattoo on your body just like like Kohli. No, it's not like Kohli. It's a different one. Kohli is different material. I'm different one. Okay. Okay, another super chat says, should I get a job in PHP or directly learn a mean stack? I am in crucial stage. Please help. I would honestly say that if you're going in the PHP, don't go for the base pay now, because PHP is at a very unique position now. Now, people are paying way more for PHP because there are a whole lot of projects are in the legacy mode and there are not enough of developers of PHP in the market. So they are paying way more for PHP, like 50,000, 60,000 in hand is actually pretty normal these days for the PHP. So if somebody is offering you that much, then go for it. Otherwise, moving into the Node-based stack or JavaScript-based stack or something similar makes sense there. So it's up to you. So what you are getting, if you're getting a job offer 50, 60,000, 40,000 something, then go for PHP. Otherwise, you get the answer. I have taken your Crack the Interview course for DSLGO. It's very good. Thank you, Tesh. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you so much. And a big shout out to you for open recommendation in the super chat. I appreciate that. Okay, another of the question. How is ML .NET for machine learning? Can I tackle the latest tech like Python? Also, what are you drinking? One by one, I'm drinking this hot tea. I usually am a tea lover. I drink in the winters, usually it's hot tea, sometimes even the iced tea. I'm a big fan of it. In case you'll watch me or follow me up on Instagram, you'll know that how much I'm a big fan of that. Coming to your main question, how is ML .NET for machine learning? I have never given a try for ML in the .NET. I have given it a try in the JavaScript. I have given it a try in the core Python. And I think even in the JavaScript, I faced a little bit of the bottlenecking that it's not performing that well, or I'm missing out some of the features that I want. I think as of now, Python works really best in the Python itself. Like machine learning works really well in Python itself. You can learn R as well, but I don't think it will serve you that much well that Python will. It's much more easier, much more usable. You can go into web as well. So I would say at .NET, I don't have much of the good thoughts. But again, one of the reasons why I'm not having a good thought is I don't have that much of a real experience with that. So that also makes me a less experienced person on that part. But what I've done, I have always come to a point where I realize I should be doing this in Python. Definitely a little bit on the JavaScript, that also works. But again, if you can handle the bottlenecking part. Okay, it's Texture says, why should not focus continuously in coding? I do for a few times, then my mind diverts and just stopped. How can I manage that habit? You should actually focus continuously for at least a couple of hours. I wouldn't say like long sittings because that actually decreases your productivity. I would still say that at least a couple of hours should be focused, no phones, nothing at all, and then divert yourself. Go to have a glass of water or something. That much only break, like probably a minute or a minute and a half break. That's it. And it's frustrating when you don't get a result, to be honest, whether it's gym or it's coding. When you don't get result, that's where you start to doze off here and there. But if you're getting constant result in something, then you'll see things more interestingly. So you have to like go out on the other side of that plateau, that I will get the results, I'll get the interest and all of that. So you have to do it. Okay, so looks like there are a couple of more super chats up here. Any job opportunity in LCO? We have just hired, I guess. Like, when did we hire last? Like the day after Diwali? Yeah, I guess. Like in the last week only, we have hired another person. I mentioned that in one of the last video that, hey, we are looking for this developer. A couple of people reached me out. We interviewed 3 to 4 people, liked one of the guys. So I thought, let's not wait much of the time. And we hired that for another one of the big project that we are working on. It is going to be out. Is your tea still hot? No, it's all cold now. It's warm, not hot. When your company LCO is entering in Sensex so that we could invest in. My friend, I always stay in the real world, realistic expectation. No, it's not going to enter there. It's not that much of a big product. At least when still if I don't get the VCs and all that, without them, it's not that much of a big product. It's just a personal thing. It's something as my hobby, as my venture, and all that. Abhijit says, "Do you ever get angry?" Yeah, sometimes, but not that much. I have learned to control anger. I used to get more angry, but then I traveled a lot of places, had a talk with a couple of monks in China, and a whole lot of other peoples, and I have realized what's the big impact of getting angry and all of that. And once you start thinking into a bigger realm, then you don't really get that much angry, to be honest. Hi, any plan DevOps with AWS? Please let me know. I'll create a really interesting video on DevOps that will help you to understand that when should you use this word DevOps or not. It's a really interesting video. I'm just finalizing the bullet points of it, and it's gonna go there. Another quote. I recently like kind of created this quote. I love to create them. It goes something like this: that if you really want to change the world, bring a revolution in the world, then you have to accept the world as it is, and then only you can try to change it. Yeah, you can make a reel or something out of this and post it on your channel or story, wherever you like. Okay, is LCO a monolithic or microservice architecture? It's a microservice architecture, but it's not. It was not microservice from the day one. It's microservice after a while, and it's not truly a microservice yet. Sir, please take care of your left eye. My left eye has a problem actually. I met with an accident, the nose got broken and stuff. And after that, since I got this stuff goes in up here. No, this one, yeah. So these are my dents, my scar. I wear them proudly. Some of them are here. Okay, so uh, so I wear all of these scars. Like some of the scars that I got, like under eyes and all these patches, is due to extreme hard working that I did in the initial couple of years. When I was not having this LCO in any of the platform I was teaching in the United States, I worked insanely hard. I got this much of the big under eye circles, the dark circles. It was so bad I had to visit the doctor. And the problem was that I was getting the light from one side of my face, another side of the face was like not having enough light. So I got this bad, really, really bad dark circle. It looked like somebody punched me. So yeah, I wear all of these scars proudly that yes, I have worked so much hard and I still do, and I'm ready to do it again any day. And this is who I am. Okay, सत्यदीप सिंह सेज सर प्लीज़ हिंदी में कुछ चलिए बताइए क्या फरमाया जाए आपके लिए हिंदी में शेर व शायरी की जाए वो तो जाकिर खान के लिए छोड़ देते हैं हम okay coming back any of that uh, is there any scope of .5 like okay why don't you fix your broken nose? Because I'm not having any problem, and doctor said that if you're not having any problem with that nose, you shouldn't touch it. Like the doctor is on the phase of saying that if it's broken, don't touch it. So I don't have any breathing problem, luckily, and any of that. So doctor actually examined me and said, "You're one of the lucky guys who is having that broken nose and still having not even a single issue, any of that. So you shouldn't go for surgery on any of that." So I said, if ain't broken, why not to touch it? Why to touch it actually? So based on the doctor's advice, I'm not touching my broken nose. I know some people, some small-minded morons actually make fun of it and all of that. I don't mind it. People are gonna do whatever they like to do. I'm gonna do whatever is best for me. So yeah, that's the fact. And there's not something which I can hide. Like I cannot hide. Yeah. Yeah, if it working, don't touch it. Yeah, that's what the doctor said. I was initially worried that I will not be able to breathe properly, and I saw a couple of my friends. They actually went to the doctor, and their nose was absolutely perfectly fine, and and the doctor said that you need to go through surgery. They had to go through surgery because they were having so much of the severe problem, nausea and all those stuffs, and now they are feeling much better. And I'm here, the guy who got the broken nose, and he's absolutely fit and fine, and the doctor said don't touch it. The tech skill says, why do you hide your age? I don't hide my age, my friend. I never hide it. I always have said openly I'm old enough, and I've always mentioned my age clearly. It's 19 and a half. Okay, so another super chat. It says, I am BCA graduate. Is MCA important to get the 1 lakh salary job? I would say it is good to do master's degree, because once you get into the job cycle, eventually you will reach to the 1 lakh position. There is no doubt about it. You have to go through with the rigorous learning process. You will reach to 1 lakh. There is no doubt about it. But you won't be reaching to MCA again. Once you leave the cycle and all that, like, look at me. I dropped out of PhD. I gave all the exam. I cleared all of the exam. I just didn't submitted my thesis on that. And to till this date, I am not calling myself as a doctor because I didn't finish my PhD. So same thing will happen to you as well. Once you leave the studies, there is no going back. You hardly will be going back. You'll be making enough money outside that you will not feel the need of it. So finish your all of the graduation, post graduation, whatever is your mind, all of that. Okay, yeah, it is same. It is same. Yeah, it's like don't manipulate the working code. Yeah, it is almost exactly same. It if it is working, don't touch it. Seems like yeah, I think doctor was also programmer. If it's working, don't touch it. It happens in every single field. If it is working, don't touch it. Even at home, sometimes we have those uh, socket which you just in the TVs and all the stuff. If you touch it, it's gonna get broken, so you never touch it. So this is stuff like that. 19 and a 19 plus 9.5. Like, yeah, you are the kind of person who overcomplicate the life. 19 and a half means 19.5. Like, I would love to take an interview of you in case if I get a chance, because you are the guy who overcomplicate the stuff, and these are kind of my favorite person whenever I take interview for these payment gateway services. A lot of company reach me out and says, "Hey Tesh, you take the this round of interview, would be interested." I said, "Yeah," and I love these guys who overcomplicate the stuff, because progressively I give them the easier problem, and they just make it a mess on their own. Yeah, I love this. The question on the YouTube, when you are going to get married. I guess on the YouTube also, on the Google search, it's coming up Hitesh Chaudhary marriage, Hitesh Chaudhary age. These are like common keyword that people search. Why is everybody bothered about when I'm going to get married? I'm not in the mood to get married. I'm working out so that I can travel again, and you are guys are like, go ahead, get married and stuff. What to choose, web dev with Django or Mern? Both. Both are pretty killer ones, and you should have. My college professor told that if you learn Python in 3 months, you will get 15 LPA easily. Good for him. No comments on that. If you just learn Python and get 15 lakh just with basic Python. Cool. Don't want to disrespect any of the professor there, so we'll end the conversation. Which technology is better, Salesforce or data science? Data science any day. I really don't like these proprietary technologies which are logged. Salesforce is one of those, so I'm not much on the Salesforce side. I'm moreover on anything which is other than Salesforce, which is more open. Come on, man, this is too much now. Getting marriage offers on YouTube chat, like this is too much. This is too much going on. Out of hands now. This is like. Okay, so Ankit says, hey Tesh, started working on a Go backend project, just confused with JWT and auth. Like what you're confused with? Like how to implement the JWT, or you are implemented in the whole auth component itself? A little bit more info would be helpful. Is there any scope with Kotlin Ktor API creation? Never worked on that. No idea about that, how it works or how it goes on. No experience on that part. Okay. Views about Rustlang. I will probably create a course very soon on this. But I don't know, probably next year because this whole year is packed. Probably by the mid of next year, I'll get some time or something and I'll do this. Redis, yeah, it is there in the to-do list already, but I don't know when will I get time to do a kind of a crash course or something. Uh, crush. uh, Upskill Learn says, is no girl ready to marry you? Probably. Probably nobody is interested. Probably I don't look that good. Okay. This is accurate. Fufajis have reached YouTube, too much digital revolution in our country. Absolutely, absolutely. Big shout out to you. Yeah, this is exactly. How often do you charge your mobile? My mobile, this is what I use majorly. This is iPhone, and I usually charge like I don't plug it even in the night time. Before hitting the gym, I charge it for like 30 to 40 minutes or an hour, and that's it. It works till the next day to me. Whole night, whole day, and I don't use that much of the phone. And this one is I have do another phone here as well. This one is the OnePlus. This is always on the charging. I've never plugged it out. This phone doesn't have any SIM or anything. This always stays here. Swamber invitation for you. you should you join? I don't know what you guys are gonna do. Situation is really bad about the marriage. I really have no idea why people are so much in a hurry or so much also worried about others. So Windows 11 or 10? 11, of course. I'm always on the progressive side. There is no going back. Like, no matter how you loved the Windows XP, there is no going back. It's the forward move only. So no matter you like Windows 11 or 10, probably at the max you can stay away from Windows 11 for what? Like 2 months? 6 months? A year? What else? Then you're gonna come back again here, my friend. So start embracing it already. There's no going back. What mic you are using? It's working fine. May I know the brand? It's if it's working just fine, then probably you don't know don't want to know it. You might want to know something which says, ah, this is really killer. I haven't made it onto the full potential of this mic yet because I'm missing some of the gadgets. The one thing that you're thinking, this one here, the blinking one, this is not the true potential of this mic. Hopefully, very soon in the future, I'll upgrade to more gadgets and I'll do it. What's your opinion on Angular 13? There is definitely nothing much that has changed in the last 3 to 4 versions of Angular. Like nothing. All the changes were under the hood. Exact code that you have written in Angular 8 or Angular 9 is going to work absolutely fine on Angular 13. There's just a couple of more components. That's it. There's nothing much. There are absolutely funny stuff going on in here. Will you stop your YouTube channel after marriage? What my marriage has to do with my YouTube channel? Can we talk about something else? Like do rhinoplasty? I don't want to do anything. I'm working. I'm fine. Like if I had some problems or issues, I would definitely go for it. But yeah. Is distance learning best from Chandigarh University? I'm not in a favor of distance learning of any kind because uh, distance learning actually takes what the core essence of the university itself, which is networking, make friends, have some trouble, interaction. If you take all of that, it's not worth it. In fact, just don't do it. Should I do unpaid internship? That's your personal decision. I have done plenty of unpaid internship and I'm all happy about it. I learned gazillion amount of knowledge in that. So I'm all happy with that. It all depends. Sir, where is Sampritzer? Sampritzer is in Bengal. He's working in a company, doing absolutely fine. He's also with us also, managing our entirety of the team so the team can properly answer your questions on time. And he does a pretty fantastic job in the management. He works with me also in some of the Python-based projects. And he is also an awesome and amazing guy. So we still hang out a lot on Insta chats, like hours and hours of calls sometimes. So yeah, I'm really lucky to have uh, I'm really lucky to have an amazing team at LCO. Like, in fact, every single member is just right on to the point. I never say to my team, like, in fact, in the last 6 months or 8 months, I haven't even talked once to the team on that subject that why haven't you answered this question on time? They do it really nicely a job. Everybody understands their responsibility and they do it passionately. They try to as much as best as they could to solve the questions, solve the answer. These are not like some unpaid employees. We pay them, we take care of them. So this is all going. These are not like we have brought in some school students and give them a certificate and hey, you answer on my platform, answer questions on my platform. No, we don't do that. I don't like to bug him on the marriage, guys, so let's change the topic. Hitesh, what's your opinion on YouTube removing public dislike count for videos? I'll make a dedicated video on that. And no, I don't mind any topic you want to talk about. My broken nose, my marriage, or my dark circles, or my pimple. It's your wish. I cannot stop you. It doesn't bother me, to be honest. Nothing bothers me at all. I just enjoy, have chill. If it would be bothering me, then I would be closing down this live. That's like I have the power here. Okay, no shave November, sir, or something else. I have this shave from like what, 6, 7 years now. So, what are you drinking? Just out of curiosity. It's exactly what you think. Whatever you think, this is that magic drink. So yeah. The fun thing about having an iced tea on the live is that initially people think this is a beer, and the people who join late think that this is a whiskey because it's a short. So I love that. Did you invest in your most favorite IPO, Paytm? Yes, I have applied for IPO of the Paytm. I honestly trust this company in the long run. I haven't, like, if I won't be getting the IPO or listed or anything, I'm not here for the IPO gains. I'm investing in this company for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, or probably more than that. So I will be definitely investing once it settles down a little bit or the stocks get onto its little bit more affordable valuation. Then I'll definitely apply or buy a few shares, but definitely for 6, 7 years or probably 10 years more than that. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Apart from this, I'm also interested in Nika because we do have some of the offline beauty salon businesses and stuff. So I know a bit of things or two about it. But yeah, my all-time favorites are like always like the guys like Infosys, Wipro, and all of that. Your state, please. My state is Rajasthan. It's a very beautiful state, little bit desertish, but not desert, that much desert. It's still green. But my state is Rajasthan, and I live in the beautiful Pink City. In case you want to know more, let me know. Okay. More questions are coming in. What is the best method to deploy app in real world? Nowadays, it's not that much complicated. Like, in fact, we have a whole lot of options. I am from that era where we need to zip the things and unzip on the production and all of that. But now things are very, very much easy. You can use Git for a whole lot of CI/CD pipelines. There are specific dedicated tools for that that you can use. And you can go with the Docker, containerization, images. You can pull off automatic pipelines. There's a whole lot of things now available. Okay, Views on Windows 11, should I upgrade now or wait for some time? I would say you can upgrade now, to be honest. There is no going back from Windows. Like, eventually you will be upgrading, so go ahead and upgrade it now. Get familiarized as quickly as possible. Okay, so what is a there is a great quote on Kubernetes. It goes like, you don't need a Kubernetes. I am somewhat on the leaning side of that, because a lot of companies are not on that scale that they should even be containerizing their application. Their application does a really small thing, so monolith application makes sense for them. Just because a new technology is out doesn't mean you should be adopting it on the day 1 or day 100, probably that. So a lot of people don't need Docker, Kubernetes, or any of these fancy terms, any of that. In fact, a lot of companies I see are still should be good on just basic backend language and the database itself. And simple PHP MySQL should be more than sufficient for them. A whole lot of application, just MySQL and Node.js, more than sufficient for them. But still, they have heard about this microservices. They want to break their application. Like, you don't need that much of tech. It's going to make your application and programming expenses just more expensive, because a programmer who knows basic Node.js and MySQL is going to cost, let's just say, X amount of money. Then the programmer who knows Kubernetes and microservices and all of that is going to cost you definitely 3x compared to that. So you are just unnecessarily increasing your expenses. How about Indian education system, sir? I am CSIT student of the last year. Okay, I'll just discuss this one here. This is the last one. And then we're going to so listen this very carefully. A lot of people are trying, and I'm one of them, who says that Indian education system is absolutely bad and it's broken. No, it's not bad. It's not broken either. Definitely, it needs to have an update, a few updates that it is due for that. So definitely there is a chance of improvement. And I'm one of those guys who went on to the TEDx talk and openly said that these are the problems in our education system and we should upgrade these things. I never said that our education system is whole bad and it's all crap. No, it is not. The same education system has given engineers like me, engineers like you, people like Sundar Pichai, and thousands of other people who are working all over the places in big FANG companies. So this is the same education system who has given and produced those products. You might bash it that you didn't touch me anything and all that, but still you are getting called engineer because of this education system. It has its own drawbacks that can be improved, but it's not all bad. It's not that much bad that people are portraying it just to make sure that your shop get highlighted for selling courses and all of that. Yes, we have our own problems in the education system, but it's not bad. We have still the legendary teachers. Like recently, one of the legend teacher, the physics guy, I forgot the name. Just fell off the name. He recently got this award. What was the name of the teacher? I forgot. I remember it. The famous book. I hope you can help me to remember the name. The physics guy. Anyways, so we have thousands of such teachers who are there. Okay, first let me try to answer some of the super chat because I think I missed them. Okay, my chat is crashing a bit. I'll find the chats here, don't worry. It is going still fast. Okay, there are a couple of super chats. I need to find them, and here's the one by, okay. Your backend course is one of the best. I have joined a few others and made an API which handling 30-40K daily users. Now learning more to scale it. Thank you so much. And definitely the course is going to help you to scale a lot because we handle a lot more traffic than 30-40K. So I'm pretty sure the API that the way we are writing it is going to be easily scalable on that part. Okay, your React Native course will help to build AI chatbot app. I think you are overestimating the things by 100x. You could have also asked me that your React Native course will help me to build and get user at the scale of TikTok. Yeah, we are overscaling the things. You are again overcomplicating the stuff which are not that complicated. Please don't do that. There are realistic expectation, and I like to stay on the ground reality. So go ahead and stay there on the ground reality and expect. Yeah, this is the one. HC Verma. How can I forget the name? Come on, bad on me. So we have those legends, as I was saying, that HC Verma got recently awarded, and not just HC Verma. I have met a couple of good professors in IIT Bombay. I always get in touch with them. A few good professors from IIT Roorkee. They are also in constant touch with me. We are building a lot of stuff, discussing ideas back and forth. A couple of people I know from IIT Madras also. So these are all great engineers and professors who are working in the same education system which you are all criticizing. I also criticize it. Those professors also criticize it. That's what make it good. It's not all trash, my friend. It's not all trash. Okay, so another super chat. I feel fatigued from GS library experience and worked on React and Angular just for money. Never liked it. It reinventing the same wheel. Web3 brings excitement to me. Yeah, maybe that is what something. And I think this is a fair point. I would agree. I don't feel that fatigue, first. And secondly, I think because of guys like you who think that Web3 is going to bring fresh excitement for you, you are the guys who are going to take it on to the next level because you'll be so much interesting. You'll be building great products in that, and that is going to take this Web3 on to accessible level for all of us. So I think your contribution is going to be on the top priority and top learning things. Uh, how did you learn English so well? My English is not really that well. It's a third language for me, and third language means I don't speak it that well, but I speak it decently, like decently well. Okay, so let's bring up more super chat. Oh, there's a big one here. Okay, so a student needs to know answer of three question. Why are we doing X? How are we doing X? In what else way can we do X? Like really great. Problem is most college only teach question two. Rest are left out. What else do you think is missing? Yeah, that is like, to be honest, you are on to the point here that it is really important. Let me put that again onto the screen here. So it says, why are we doing what we are doing, and what else? What are the other alternatives we can do it? Definitely great point. But to be honest, at some extent, it also depends on what kind of professor that the college has hired. Colleges and even a lot of educational companies these days have more budget for marketing and less budget on the professors. There is always one or two professor in the college who is exceptionally good in their skill and their art of teaching as well as in the subject, and they bring a lot of interest in you. Like I do remember I studied cryptography from one of the professor, and he later switched into DRDO. He left the college job and went into DRDO. I studied cryptography under him for 3 months. I was lucky enough to only get 3 months. I was supposed to get entire year under him, but those 3 months were one of the best days of me. He taught me so much in the cryptography and all the security and stuff. It shaped my life a lot in the security domain. So these professors still do exist in the same colleges and same education system. With I'm the product of this education system. Sundar Pichai is the education of the same education system. And yes, I know sometimes you have to bash them quite a lot to get them on the track. That's okay. But to bash them so that I can sell my courses more, no. Me, Learn Code Online, and all similar platform are just an additive advantage for you to learning. We are not replacement. We are not replacement. Okay, quite a lot of philosophical thought that I have. How to get into research as a developer? Pretty easy. Do your masters. In the masters, you majorly do research, code as well, but majorly research. Go into PhD. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Finish up your engineering, enroll for good masters, and uh, go for the PhD. Maybe you can join a hybrid course of masters and the PhD and stuff like that. So you can do that. You are a super techie. Hats off. I just love to talk about the tech and stuff. That's why I stay here for so long of a time. It's been 1.5 hours. Come on, I need to get back to work. Didn't even realize that. Sundar Pichai, yeah, this is the exact thing I'm talking about. Sundar Pichai did MS in abroad, but he did his graduation here. He did his schooling here. It's so much easy to bash. I'm not defending any school or college or education system up here. I have nothing to do personally with it. But to be honest, it's not that bad. And if you think that, yeah, let's just leave the talk. It is gonna get heated up. So I don't want to get heated up talks on the topics because I know my perspective is different, your perspective is different, and let's honor each other's perspective. That's what we can do. Okay, so let's get back to work. And thank you so much for joining up. Hit that subscribe button. Only 70% of you are subscribed. Come on, man. This is not good. This is not fun. Go ahead, hit that subscribe now. And ask your friends also to do it. And once I hit the 1 million mark, then I'll reveal that why do I wear the gray t-shirt. That's when we are going to do it. Till then, you can enjoy that. And now let's go back onto the work. I need to finish up some work. Bye-bye, good night, keep enjoying the day, keep smiling, and write some amazing code. Bye-bye, enjoy the day, night, or your weekend. Bye-bye.